What does centimeters really mean? Well, it is a short form for centi and meters. Now, we have some idea what meters mean. It's the unit for a certain length, maybe about as long as your arm. But what about centi? Now, centi is what we call a prefix. Now, what it means prefix just means some word that you put in front of another word. Like here you have meters and you have centimeters. Now, but in this case, centi itself has a specific meaning. It means 1 over 100. That's the meaning of centi. Now let's look at another familiar unit. Let's say mm. Now mm, we know it stands for millimeters. But milli, what does milli actually mean? This is another prefix, another word in front of another word. Now milli means 1 over 1000. So that's 1,000th of a meter, or 1 meter divided by 1,000. That's the meaning of millimeter. And look, let's just look at one more familiar one. Kilometers, km. I probably know what kilo mean. Kilo. Meter. Now, kilo is quite often used in when we talk about money as well. If you say 1K, I think a lot of people will understand that it means $1,000. So kilo means 1,000. So therefore, kilometers just mean 1,000 meters. Now just look at now that we have computers. I think a lot of people would be familiar with units that are used in computer. Now let's see. We have what do we have? We have MB. What is the meaning of MB? Well, MB means megabytes. So in this sense, mega is again a prefix. Now byte is a measure of how much information. It's a unit of information in computers, so I shan't go into that, but I'll just explain what we mean by mega. Mega means 1 million. That's mega. So megabytes means 1 million bytes. Now let's look at another one that are commonly used in computers these days. That would be GB, gigabytes. Okay, so that's giga, G-I-G-A, bytes. So giga means 1 billion. That's 1. And now we have lots of zeros. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9 zeros. That's a gigabyte. It's 1,000 million. So that's a very big number. Now, these days, if you talk about memory size of a hard drive, they don't just do gigabytes anymore, they do terabytes. So terabyte, the word tera, is now becoming familiar. TB. Let's see what terabyte means. So let me just write this down. Terabytes. Okay. Now let's make a guess. Now you have seen mega, you have seen giga, and in the older days, you might have heard of kilobyte. In fact, you still see it with smaller files. So kilo is 1000, mega is 1 million, that's 1,000 times. Giga is 1 billion, that's another 1,000 times of the last unit prefix. So we might guess that tera is 1,000 times of giga, and you would be right. Let me write that down. Right, that would be now we are going to have, let's say we have 9 zeros here, another 1,000 would mean another 3 zeros. Okay, it's 1, 1, 2, 3, and then 9 more. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 bytes. That's a lot of zero. That's a terabyte. So that's the high end of what we are going to look at. Now let's go back down to the smaller numbers, smaller units. So we've seen milli as the smallest one. Now there are a few more that are used in physics quite often. Let's have a look at those. Okay, we have now if I start from kilo, km, I've written down km just now, and that was kilo, kilo meter. Okay, so we know that that's 1,000. 1 followed by 3 zeros. Okay, that's right. Yes, and we had centi. Yes, we have cm, which was, let's see, centimeter. Let's write that down again. And centi is 1 over 100. So it is a fraction. Now there is another fractional prefix which we would use in physics. Actually, it is dm. Now that's slightly less common in everyday usage. Now dm stands for, the D stands for deci, D-E-C-I. So dm would be decimeter. Now deci, write it down here. Deci is 1 over 10. So that's 1/10 of a meter. Okay. And we do use that a bit in physics, in certain topics. Now let me move down further. The next familiar unit is milli. I think I mentioned this already. So that's 1 over 1,000 of a meter. So we got that. Now the other one, which is fairly familiar, I think, would be micro. Now we use this Greek letter. This is this U with a tail in front. That is called mu in Greek. But when we use it as a units, we call it micro. So it's a micrometer. Now micrometer, let's see, it's spelled M-I-C-R-O, meter. Now micrometer, the micro here means 1 over 1 million. So that's 1 over 1 followed by 6 zeros. So that's like the inverse of a megameter. That's not used so much in physics. So that's a micrometer, and we would use this. When would we use this? We would use this to say measure the size of a bacteria, really tiny, or the wavelengths of light or infrared radiation. Very, very small wavelengths. Okay. Micro. And what's the next one down? Now the next one down is something that we are getting to hear also more often these days. It is nano. Right. N M. What is nano? You might have heard of nanotechnology. That's a big thing in science. Not only in science today, but also in science fiction movies, where we see nanotechnology being used to create super scientific stuffs. Right, so that's nano. N-A-N-O. It's a nanometer. Now, how small is a nano? Well, very small. It's 1 over 1 billion, or 1 over 1,000 million. So that would be 1, followed by 9 zeros. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Loads of zeros. So that would be, we would use it when we talk about nano technology refers to materials which you make extremely small. How small? About a few times or few tens of atoms put together. So we use that when we start talking about atoms. Now let's look at one last one. Okay. A pico. P-M. Pico is spelled P-I-C-O. Picometer. Let's see, and that would be, you can guess, just now, when we go down to milli, it's 1 over 1,000. When we go down to micro, it's another 1,000. To nano, another 1,000. If you follow this pattern, the pico would actually be another 1,000th of nano. So that means it would be 1 over. Now we have 9 zeros there, so we need to add another 3 zeros to make it 12 zeros altogether. So there 1 followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 followed by 12 zeros. That's a picometer. That's plenty of meters. And I think we have enough of zeros for now.